Hey man, what's up with y'all? Hey man, remember, your status matters. How you look, your appearance, your body matters. How much money you make matters. I know it may be a harsh truth, and me personally, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Because think about it. If you had a daughter or your sister, don't you want her to be with a man she finds attractive? Don't you want her to be with a man that can protect and provide for her family? There's nothing wrong about that. But for whatever reason, we're taught that this is a harsh truth. So men, if anything, work hard because remember, your status matters.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters. Before we get started, please hit the like button. I give you a second to do that. This dog is chomping down right now, so if you hear any crunching, that's the dog. That's why sometimes I'm in another room video recording, because sometimes I can get more quiet. but I felt like using a sit-down scene for this. Anyway, today's video is going to be about status and how important it is. Most men know that you need to have status, but what exactly is status? Some people try to oversimplify it a bit too much. Like the guy in the video at the beginning that I used. What he's saying is true. Of course, you as a man or as a woman would want one of your friends or your mom or your sister or your daughter to be with a guy that can take care of her, protect her, provide for her. Yes, we get that. Thing is, though, it's like levels to it. If I was to choose, like, okay, if I were to see my daughter picking a guy, and there's a guy that's making maybe $30,000 to $50,000 a year, but he's a good guy. He has a good heart. He seems like a faithful man or something, and uh, he looks halfway decent or something. Now, of course, though, she has to be attracted to him. But if I did choose for her that guy, or a guy that makes $1 million, but a guy that is a real asshole, that treats people like trash, talks to them any kind of way, and he's very good looking and stuff, would I pick him for any one of those women in my life? No, I would not. Now, she might choose that, but it's kind of like oversimplifying the thing with like looks. Women, if you are beautiful, you will catch more men's attention, more of their eyes. But the thing is, though, you're going to get so much attention that you're not going to be able to tell who's who. Like, who are the good and bad guys in there. Sometimes, especially when there are guys pretending to be good guys or nice guys. Of course, the guy that's acting a little bit more nonchalant, cutting edge, you may see him as being like more real, which, I understand that in a way, because the worst thing is to get played by somebody that's pretending to be who they are not. I do that with women sometimes. Women that seem to be too good to be true, or too nice, and they're single. I'm wondering, and they're pretty. I'm wondering, like, what's wrong with them? It has to be something near. They have to show me something that's like a reason. Maybe they're like real religious, and because they want to wait until they get married to sleep with somebody, guys are leaving them with that. Okay, then that would make sense to me. But however, if she seems perfect up front, you know, it will make you wonder. That's why with me, when I am approaching women and they get a chance to know me, I I will pretty much show my flaws, because I know, especially with what I do here, talking about relationships and stuff, sometimes I can give somebody the impression that I'm Mr. Perfect and I have all the answers and I have no flaws or anything like that. And that's not the case. I have flaws too, but I try to work on them to become a better person. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna come back to that video that guy made, but I have a more honest video by Tupac talking about the differences that he experienced when his status raised, even though he still looks the same that he was. So anyway, let's see.
A lot of girls, they've seen my face on TV so many times that that's what they want. They want to get associated with that person. It's the fame that gets these people. It is not me. It's the fame. Because I've watched females look at me when they didn't know who I was, and I can see it, nothing. And then as soon as somebody whispered who I was, it's this glare in their eye. You make yourself want that person, you know?
How do you feel about that?
I don't understand how people could stand next to you 1 year and next year they cannot stand there. They just going crazy screaming. They just can't take it that you're right there. But just last year I was in the same club walking around lonely like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get a date. Couldn't get nobody to dance with me. I was too skinny, too something. And now he's just adorable. He's just, a lot.
Okay, Tupac kept it a buck with that. That's why I think status is. It's kind of like your fame. It can be fame and fortune. Not to say that money does not. See, status is like one of those things that everything that is you plays a part in elevating how people perceive you. So, you can have a bunch of money, but can be like a corny, dorky dude that nobody respects. And they know you have money, but they don't really respect you. What good does the money do you, in so many words? Now, what I'll say is this. This is why I know sports athletes, musicians, that does play a huge part into it too. But I think when one time a guy asked me, he's like, how do you get to be popular with women? And I told him, with not even really thinking about it, I was like, you got to get good at something. You have to get good at something where you attract a lot of people's eyes, and that could be anything. It could be drawing, it could be playing chess. Now, of course, though, depending on whatever you do, it has to be something that a lot of women find cool to a degree. That's why I know it's things that are physical, sports athletes and stuff, or things that deal with men being vocal, like, well, which goes with the rappers, singers, that attract a lot of women. Even women that are in relationships can be like almost in love or infatuated with some guy that they have hanging on their wall. Usually these are teenagers, but this can also be women that's in their 20s and stuff. I know a few because they tend to post that stuff a lot. And that always makes me wonder that, yeah, you have a boyfriend, but if you happen to come across one of those guys that have that type of popularity that makes you wet down there and makes you want to faint and scream, would you just throw your relationship, throw everything away just to be with them for just a night or a weekend or something. I'm thinking a lot of women would do that. So to my brother that made that video, I understand what you are saying, but I don't think status is exactly that. Maybe in a man's eyes, that's what we see status as. But, as a man, I'm not trying to attract men. I'm trying to attract women. And with attractive women, your money does matter, especially as they get older. But it's not totally just the money. It can definitely be the looks, especially stature if you're younger. But the big equalizer is if you are really good at something and it makes you popular with people. I would not be able to talk about this if that did not happen to me, because I was a photographer, and with the job that I was doing at the place I was working at, I ended up being the most popular, most talked about person. And with that, I got a lot of female attention. Now, was I making a lot of money doing that? Yeah. You can say I was getting like tips and freelance gigs and stuff like that. That job did not pay me that much. But because I was able to talk to a lot of women, it helped me, feel more confident around them and to be more confident with myself. And actually, I think that's one of the things that helped me with my divorce, because I buried myself in my photography and socialized. Now, that's the thing that I do miss, because the job that I have now, I make a lot more money, but I don't have that thrill, that rush, that particular, what's the word for that? That acclaim that I had doing that. But hey, I'm on YouTube, so who knows? Maybe one day I'll become not a household name, but everybody will know me. Everybody will know me. So anyway, this was going to be a short video about what status is. Tupac said it best. The other guy, that applies to men of what we think status is. But Tupac tells you how status applies to attracting women, basically. And we know a lot of women are going to go for that second type of status that he was talking about. Not the boring one, not the safe one, because a lot of women make their own money today now anyway. But when they have kids and they're older, 30s, 40s and stuff like that, then that status that he was talking about, then that will be a real good thing. Anyway, that's it right now. You guys take care. Good night. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. Out.
Here's how you would die in a horror film based off your zodiac sign. Alright, now Aries, you died trying to be the hero. Now you the most brave, so you come up with a plan to try to save yourself and everybody else, but you just end up dying in the mix of the plan. But they do give you your props and remember you in the end. Taurus, you died trying to save a friend. You probably ain't even want to go on that camping trip, but you went anyway. Then the killer came and got y'all, your friend fall down, you try to save your friend and the killer kill you too. Now Gemini, you dying cause you split up from the group. You trying to be the outspoken extrovert. You went and grabbed your flashlight like, yeah, it's a killer around, let me get out of here. You end up dying. Now Cancer, you died because you trust the killer. You can read everybody else, but you don't know who the killer is. When he got the knife in you, you just be standing there. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Now Leo, you died cause you taunting the killer. You brave too, you want to stand up for everybody. You got a chip on your shoulder cause you see all your friends die and you one of the last ones, so you think you could talk shit to the killer like he can't murk you too. Now Virgo, you die after you find out who the killer is. Like, you make it to the end because, while everybody else too busy getting killed, you playing detective trying to find out who the killer is. And about time you do, he already got your ass. And Libra, you die a virgin. You one of them people in a horror film, it's a killer, everybody getting killed, and you still worrying about fucking. And right when you about to fuck, you get killed. You ain't the person you about to fuck. Now, Scorpios, if the movie was about demons, you the one that's getting possessed. You the one that's gonna find the room with the little pentagrams or open a box that you not supposed to fucking open. Now, Sagittarius, you die thinking this shit is a prank. You're not taking shit serious ass. Like, oh, is that real blood? What? Now, Capricorn, you die in battle. You the person that, that fucks the killer up, knocks him down for a short period of time, then y'all all run, and then you go back to try to find him and he kill your ass. Now, Aquarius, you actually live, because you the smartest one. You the one, that run through the woods after everybody get killed, and you flag down, the sheriff, that's the sheriff of a town of like 62 people. Now, Pisces, you the killer.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pendo made it.